ich bin's wieder. Okay, so neue Herren. Hier mit meinem Let's Play von Ace Attorney Investigations Prosecutor's Path. Und beim letzten Mal haben wir nochmal ein paar Investigations abgehakt und sind zum Schluss gekommen. Oh, Kate, wieso hast du den Raum vergiftet? 2. April, 2:33 Uhr, Zodiac Art Gallery, Fountain, Passion. I have a report. We have detected traces of normalium from the teapot. You can't be serious! It's just like Mr. Edgeworth said! Darn it! Did Mr. Edgeworth take the title of the best from me again? Mr. The Best, it seems like you have an obsession about being the best. But when you're on a case, winning and losing is of no importance. Aber hardcore. What are you saying? Obviously, it's best to be the best at everything. If you can't understand that, then you have no business being a prosecutor. What? Please stop harassing Sebastian. Sebastian, a person of your caliber has no need to listen to such things. Justine! Yeah, you're right. Please leave this to me. Why don't you go check on the victim's condition? Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll be right back then. Alright, I'll be waiting. Judge Courtney is much more troublesome than Mr. The Best. Ja, sie ist Weiten intelligenter. Das stimmt und das macht sie noch unberechenbarer. Well then. Mr. Curator, Miss, da steht Miss, nicht Mr. What the fuck? Miss Curator, can you tell us why normalium was discovered in a teapot? I was not aware that it contained such a chemical. I suppose it may have been an ingredient from the detergent I had used. So you're saying that you did not put it in deliberately? No, of course not. There is no way for me to have known how to create the poison gas. Lüge, wir haben's nachgewiesen. Despite being a former actress, it seems you're not very good at lying. What do you mean? The angel's recipe is your possession, and the method to create a poison gas is contained inside that recipe book. So you must have known how to create it. I'm surprised you knew about that. Miss Curator, is this true? It's true that information about the poison gas is contained in one of the recipes. However, just because I saw it, it does not mean that I was responsible for the crime. Could you tell me what set off the poison gas? It was caused by the victim heating the lid of the glass case with a burner. Haha, I see. If he locked himself in that room of his own will, then set off the poison gas, wouldn't that suggest suicide? Does she intend to deny it until the bitter end? Furthermore, I wouldn't have been able to obtain a chemical like Megatoxin X. That may be true, but you could have stolen it from someone else. That reminds me, I met up with Kate a week ago and... That night was when I realized that my Megaton X was gone! Katie, you couldn't have... Madame Delicia always carried her medicine bag around with her. Anyone could have stolen it. That's right. I don't have any proof that she was the one who stole it. Kate, can you tell us what you're hiding? I know you're not the kind of person who would hurt someone without a reason. Monsieur Shields, you doubt me as well? Setting a trap on one of the gallery's exhibits and then disguising the rooms. I just think it would have been impossible for anyone but the curator. That's not true. There are no guards or security cameras at this gallery. If any ill-intentioned person wanted to sneak into the gallery, it would have been an easy task for them. Then, isn't it like an all-you-can-steal buffet in here? You have to be careful. You never know when a great thief would appear. It doesn't sound like a joke when Kay says it. Actually, Monsieur Gustavia apparently entered the gallery before it opened. Well, I'm beat. Ach man! Looks like Uncle Ray can't do anything to break down Kate's iron guards. This might be a good time to use the technique your old man taught me. The technique? My father taught you? This case is deeply connected to the one from 18 years ago. If we just pursue the present case, it may seem like there's a lot we don't understand. But if we try turning things around, there might be a hint in the case from the past. Thinking the other way around. Did my father do that too? Ja! Ja! So... nicht... ja... Irgendwie die Portugiesen haben sowieso ein Händchen dafür. Phoenix hat's gemacht. Apollo hat's auch gelernt. Athena sowieso. Und Gregory hat's von Anfang an gemacht. Er ist der Anfang. Er ist der Vater. Er ist der Vater der Strafverteidiger. So, ich klinge sowas von wie eine Alkoholikerin. Deshalb Prost. Ja, weiter. For example, just consider the relationship between the past case and Kate. Miss Hall melted Mr. Dover's Shelby sculptures 18 years ago. And today Mr. Dover's works are on display in this gallery. It can't be she... I see. Now I know what to ask her. That's good to hear. In that case, Uncle Ray will just watch over you as you do your work. Miss Catherine Hall. 18 years ago, it seems that you melted Mr. Dover's Shelby sculptures. Yes, I was young and inexperienced, and I did something inexcusable. However, isn't that why you were able to open the Zodiac Art Gallery? I don't know what you mean. I don't understand either. Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you seek her testimony? Yes, I would like her to tell me about the Zodiac Art Gallery. I would like to know the reason you decided to open a gallery for Mr. Dover's artwork. If you insist that this is related to the case at hand, I will allow it. Miss Curator, your testimony, if you please. Very well. If that will clear your suspicions about me. Now then, please testify about the Zodiac Art Gallery. Dann bin ich mal gespannt, was sie zu sagen hat. 18 years after Monsieur Master was arrested, I was finally able to buy back this mansion. Then, in order to maintain it, I decided to manage it as an art gallery. I collected Pierre Rouquet's works from all over the world. After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Art Gallery. It's wonderful that your dream has come true. What do you think, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I don't believe there was anything strange about her testimony. Judge Courtney, I believe in the courtroom it is standard to cross-examine the witness. Wouldn't you agree it's a little too early to say that there are no contradictions? You speak like a defense attorney. Very well. Proceed as you please. Sehr verbunden, Courtney. Na dann. Entkräften! The Zodiac Art Gallery. Dann wollen wir doch mal. Sie hat alle Kunstwerke über der gesamten Welt gesammelt. Okay. Pierre Hoquet. That's Mr. Dover's alias, correct? Yes, it's the name he used when he worked as a sculptor in France. About collecting his works. How did you prepare the Taurus and Gemini sculptures? I heard that Mr. Dover passed away before he completed those two sculptures. I had the sculptures in the Winter Palace specially made based on the photos I took. Oh, could you tell us about that in more detail? After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Gallery, das kennen wir schon. I prepared replicas of the sculptures in the Winter Palace based on the photos I took. Okay. Prepared replicas of the sculptures. Nach den Dings, die sie gemacht hat. Fragments. Das Familienfoto. Teapot. Results of the liquid. Salt, sugar, and blood detected. Kann hilfreich sein. Did you really think that your excuses would continue to hold up? No matter how much you lie, you can't deny the composition of the sculptures. From the analyzed results, it's quite clear that the sculptures in the Winter Palace are the Charbet sculptures Mr. Dover created. Oi, Miley! As a pharmacist, it's my turn to shine. What we call sugar actually comes in many different varieties and tastes. Even if the sculptures were replicas, it's nearly impossible to replicate the composition. I see. Thank you for the explanation. Though I don't recall asking for one. Egal, Hauptsache sie wird nervös. That, Miss Hall, means you couldn't have melted the Charbet sculptures back then. You stole them and preserved them for 18 years. 18 years. Ah! What? She preserved the Charbet for 18 whole years? If you freeze it properly, it's not impossible. Silence, please. Miss Curator, what do you have to say? I can't believe you've already uncovered so much. So you're admitting that you stole the Charbet sculptures? No, I cannot admit to such a thing. There isn't any proof that I stole them after all. Also, I couldn't have stolen the sculptures 18 years ago. I don't think they would have been easy to steal without the police noticing. Is that so? I don't know what you did 18 years ago. As such, how can I judge how difficult it would have been to steal them? It looks like you won't give up so easily. I don't intend to giving up until I learn the truth. I understand. Then I shall tell you what I did 18 years ago. Ja, bitte. Bitte, Frau. Bitte. On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building until the judging. During the judging, at Monsieur Master's request, I went to change the film in the camera. But before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. After Monsieur Gregory arrived, I prepared tea for everyone involved in the investigation. It was then that I witnessed Monsieur Gustavius entering Monsieur Dover's room. And that was everything I had done on that day. I don't think there is anything suspicious about my actions. That's not your decision to make. Mr. Edgeworth, were there any contradictions in her testimony? For now, I should just prove that she stole the sculptures. But when could Miss Hall have stolen them? If I can answer that, her crime should come to light. Ja. Dann tun wir uns mal ran. Entkräftung! What I did 10 years ago. So. Okay. Monsieur Garouillet. Da hätte sie eine Gelegenheit gehabt. Did you do so in the same manner as today? Yes, I poured tea for everyone working on the investigation. Now that you mention it, Uncle Ray also got some tea from you that day. Kate was pushing her service cart back and forth from the patio to the main building. I see. Did anything seem strange to you then? Well, I remember your old man singing praises of her Ceylon tea. And he also said something about how the saucer was chilled. The saucer was chilled? Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then? Ich würde sagen, ja. Wenn es sich schon so kalt angefühlt hat. This was when you stole the Chabet sculptures. I'm sorry, but Monsieur Shields and company were at the Fontaine Passion the entire time. Are you saying that I stole them in broad daylight? That's precisely what I'm saying. This is where she hid the sculptures to steal them right under their noses. Moment. Das wäre dann hier unter... Das müsste dann hier sein, unter dem schönen Laken. Neither my father nor Mr. Shears realized the sculptures was right in front of them. What you were pushing around was not ordinary service card. It was the sculpture itself. But surely that would still be impossible. If she placed the sculptures on the service card, people would notice immediately. I never said she used the service card to move the sculptures. What? What do you mean? Then what did she use to move the sculptures around? This is what Miss Hall used to transport the sculptures. Wo haben wir das denn? Hier, dieser schöne Trolley. And this is? This is the lift trolley Mr. Dover used 18 years ago to move his Chabet sculptures. It seems the same lift trolley lies here in the Fontaine Passion. Ja, ganz groß und bläh. That's because it was originally prepared for the contest in the first place. Are you saying she used the lift trolley to move the sculptures? Yes. If the sculptures were placed on this lift trolley and then covered with a tablecloth, It could be disguised as a service card and moved without arousing suspicion. How could that be? So the saucers were chilled because they were sitting on the ice sculptures. Kate, what's the meaning of this? What were you thinking?
That was truly impressive. You certainly are Monsieur Gregory's son. After 18 years, it's hard to imagine any proof that I stole the sculptures remained. But I knew it was only a matter of time until I was suspected.
Miss Curator, does this mean you admit to stealing the sculptures?
Yes, I admit it. 18 years ago, I stole the Cherby sculptures from Monsieur Dauver's room. It's just as Monsieur Edgeworth says. I disguised the leaf trolley as a service card. And I served the tea as I made my way back and forth. That wasn't all. I also took the ice block with all the star clusters on it.
An ice block with star clusters on it. That seems familiar. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. The Winter Palace is a reproduction of Mr. Dover's room from 18 years ago. Because they had melted, my father never got the chance to see them. But those blocks of ice were also originally from Dover's Cherby salon.
The 2 sculptures and the 2 blocks of ice. I took everything I could. And then I placed empty glass cases in Monsieur Dauver's room. The sculptures were all encased in glass to preserve their fine details. But the ice blocks were being displayed as they were. As per the rules, we prepared the glass cases for Mr. Dauver.
So it would have been easy for her to prepare the glass cases.
In Monsieur Dauver's room, there were some sculptures that were still unfinished. I thought if I melted them, it would look like the ones I stole had melted too. So everything you see in the Winter Palace are all original works from 18 years ago. Miss Hall, it didn't take much to get her to confess.
Then she must know. She knows it isn't enough to try her in court.
That is all I have to say. But even though I admit to stealing the sculptures, you can't arrest me for it.
What? Well, what do you mean by that?
Heavens! You're resisting an investigation without knowing this much? Perhaps you should read this book concerning the Statute of Limitations.
Statute of Limitations?
Limitation in criminal cases. To put it simple, it's the time frame in which a suspect can be taken to court. You can see it on this page. Ja, die Zeit ist abgelaufen. Sie kann nicht mehr verurteilt werden. Der Fall ist schon lange verjährt.
The statute of limitations for murder is 15 years and for theft it's 7 years. Ah!
That's right. And Miss Hall's theft was 18 years ago. Der Fall ist verjährt. Sie kann nicht mehr verurteilt werden. According to the statute, she cannot be arrested for stealing the sculptures.
So that's how it is.
Stealing evidence from a crime scene is an unforgivable offense. However, for this crime at least, We have no right to pass judgment. It appears that Prosecutor Edgeworth's tepid reasoning has all been for naught. Ja klar, was muss ich jetzt gähnen? What the fuck? I wonder about that. I deduced Miss Hall's actions simply to expose a different crime. If she only took the sculptures, we wouldn't have found the body from 18 years ago.
Are you saying that I hid Monsieur Dauvert's body?
That's correct.
But how can someone hide a body for 18 years?
I would imagine it would be very difficult under normal circumstances.
So you're saying the circumstances weren't normal?
Are you claiming that you know where the body was hidden? When you consider Miss Hall's actions, the answer becomes obvious. 18 years ago, Miss Hall stole something more than just Shelby sculptures. If you're so confident, I would like to hear your answer. Where did Miss Hall hide the body? Bevor wir dieser Frage auf den Grund gehen, beenden wir den Part. Es wird langsam Zeit kommen. Wir haben aber schon viel erfahren. Egal ob positiv oder negativ. Gern gesehen. Alter, ich schnapp mir gleich einen Kaffee, verdammt nochmal. Bis zum nächsten Mal. See ya, guys.